Wait, you don't write anything down after conversation?
All right, live. Everything is live. What happened to my song? Aiming stars and dive into the deep, fixing the world while the rest of us sleep. Your heart set on giving, no matter the strain, building your legacy through love and brain. Julie knows that fire in your soul, the kind that lifts the broken heart. James, you reach the skies, no one dares. In your hands, the future. Frank, what's happening, Frank? And Lori. Hey, Mr. Nick. Hey, Nick. Nick. Hey, Mr. Nick. Did you see what happened to Hertz today? Hello. I see you there, Nick. All right. I think we're ready to go. I think we are. Good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk. It is Thursday, the 8th. The 8th? No, it's the 6th. The 6th day of August. Imagine that. 6th day of August. Where is the year going? My goodness. Month number 2 of the 3rd quarter. Wow. All right. Let's say hi to everybody. Go from there. Finite. How you doing, Finite? Nice to see you. Frank, nice to see you. Laria, nice to see you. Who do we have over here? Over here we have Ruben, Blika, Kevin, Toadster. All right, JP, KNS, Armandolos, Derek, John, Chaotic, Papa Creepy. All right, Papa Creepy, Moolah, Turtle Joe, Hanish. Okay, Hanish, Don, Derek, what's up? Marky boy, all right. Carolina, nice to see you. Casey Ebert, nice. Carolina, nice. Oh, where was I? All right, DMJ, Armandolis, okay. Richmond, nice to see you. Momo, Ray, TJ, Aaron, okay. Underestimated. Okay. Hot Richard. Zach. Sweet Den. Nice to see you. Peter. Cop Rick. D. Uday Pathak. Okay. J. Brev. Big Ed. Lee. Okay. Lee Vanomer. Okay. Vegeta. Okay. Farah. Nice to see you, Farah. Ryan. Mystic Dragon. Coney. Nice to see you. Durflanis, whatever that is. Which country is this stream? St. Petersburg, Florida, where it's warm and sunny all the time. We call it God's waiting room. Give you an idea, everybody's old here. It was weird when I moved into the neighborhood. I was the youngest person in the neighborhood, and I'm 62. Imagine that. Youngest person. Nathi, Wachai, okay. Coney, Triple T. You're from Germany. Nice. Gutenhausen? I don't know. Just wanted to say hi. Gutenhaven, is that right? Gutenhaven? Wes, Joe, Toadster, Cool Breeze, Marco, Derek, Turtle Joe, Ruben, Uday, Conan of Samos. Okay. Lee, Barbie, Logan, Eric, Skyline, Tommy, Richard, Chichar. Okay, Kabita. Okay. James, good evening. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing awesome. Blockchain Bull, how you doing? Anam. Amen, all right. The professor is in the house. Is Marianne with you? The professor and Marianne. How can I get started? So, sir, the easiest thing to get started is number one, just to start. Number two, you really got to find out what is it you want from your investing. That's it. What do you want from it? And there's a lot of things you got to start from. Just call me Doppel. DPL. Okay, Doppel. All right. So as I was saying, Sosha, you have to, Chick Ron, you got to send me a DM me your number, brother. If I have your phone number, I'll give you a call. We had a lot going on today. Have my next grandchild today, second grandbaby, not even a couple hours old. Yay for me. All right. That being said, Chevy side. So as I was saying to, I forget where it was, here somewhere. How do you get started? Where was that one? AI summary, blah, 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 blah. All right. So anyway, Mystic Dragon, nice to see you. So I forgot who it was who asked about getting started. Getting started is really not that difficult. You have to go through the, what do you call it? It's kind of like coming up with a plan. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, so on and so forth. Okay, once you figure out what you want out of your investing, then you have to take a look at what do you have to put into it. What can you commit to on a continuous basis? And what is your goal, both long-term and short-term? And are you looking for short-term gains? Are you looking to just build your portfolio to a certain size where you can tell your boss, you know what you can do with this, buddy? You know, that type of thing. Black Panther, add him up. Nice to see you, Coach. What's going on? Squids. Nice to see you, Squids. So sit back, relax, get a piece of paper, write all the pros, all the cons. What do you have to start with? What your age is? What can you contribute to it consistently? And then just make a plan and stick to the plan. That's it. And then find a strategy that works for you to help you reach your goal, whatever your goal is. Now, I tell everybody right up front what my goal is. I'm looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% every single week. That doesn't mean my account grows every single week, because that 1% helps offset my bills. And I got a new grand. So for those you just got here, I have a new grandbaby. Only 22 people so far. Holy cow. But we're just getting started. So just take it one step at a time. Don't be in a hurry. Learn slowly. Paper trade first before you put any real money in, because you want to learn something first. It's kind of like learn to swim in the shallow end before you jump into the deep end, sort of thing. Okay? Don't bite off more than you can chew. Just take it one step at a time. All right, well, that being said, what we're going to do tonight is you are going to ask me, or you're going to tell me what stocks you like. I'm going to put them into the chart and do a bunch of little magical things, whatever you want to call it, and give you my opinion. And just remember, it's just my opinion. But take a look. SPX, I can tell you right away, no. Okay, I don't do anything over $300 or $400. Okay, and if I do something over $400, it better be a really damn good company. SPX, hell no. As a matter of fact, let's pull it up right now, and I'll tell you why I'm no to SPX. SPX. All right. Okay. Number one, okay, Black Wall Street, SPX. I ain't buying anything for $7,709 per share. I bought a house for less than that. I'm not buying one share for $7,000. You do realize that's $700,000 just for one contract. No, ain't happening. You definitely got me confused with someone else. All right. Tercy, nice to see you, Tercy. Nick, you saw the Hans trying to trap me in in the money call. Dude, what did you sell? I jumped in at Hurt. Okay, we're going to take a look at let's pull it up right now. Just for you, Nick. Just for you. Here we go, Nick. You ready? The high of the year, $8. The low of the year, $1.50. $1.50 is the low of the year. I jumped in at 187. Okay? Now it's at 202. I sold the twos and picked up, I think it was 3 cents a share. Not a lot, but it over 1%. But Nick, how could you get trapped in that? Did you sell something for less than $2? What do you got, Nick? Come on, let's hear it. What'd you do? What'd you do? Okay, so no to SPX. I'm not doing anything for $1,000. And besides, SPX is not consistently profitable. Hold on, Black Wall Street needs to see this. I think he's doing it just to mess with me. But for those of you who don't know, SPX. All right. There is no distribution sector timeout. But if I'm going to join SPX, they have no dividends and no distributions. Hell no. Hell no. Are you only doing cash secured puts and covered calls? Well, Ronnie, thank you for the question, number one, Ronnie. I do a lot more than that. But here, for free, I'm only giving you one trading strategy. That's it. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. That's over 50% per year. And I'm giving it to you for free. So I have to draw the line somewhere. I can't give you, well, I could, but I'm not going to. Plain and simple. I'm not going to. I'm giving to you for free one trading strategy that I created for my 9-year-old daughter. When she was 9, she said, Daddy, can you teach me? So fine. I taught her how to trade safely, predictably, consistently. No way for her to lose. That was for my 9-year-old, and that's what I'm giving to you. So when you ask a question, is this the only thing I do? No, it's not the only thing I do, but it's the only thing I'm giving away for free. How's that one? All right, we got... What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? I'm trying to go all these questions here. Now, before I go on, number one, thanks for showing up. Number two, I have 9 different cameras going, which means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different sets of questions, so to speak. So I got a bunch of people there, a bunch of people, and they're all asking me questions. So if I'm not getting to your question right away, I'm not ignoring you. I will get to every single question before the night is over. So if you have a question, please only ask it once and be courteous. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. You really don't need to be here. So if you're going to be here, be willing to learn and to contribute. All right? There are other people here that want to learn. And for someone who's having a down day and just wants to blurt out crap, I really don't want to do that. Okay? I really don't want to play that game. All right. So, Ruben, Turtle Joe, Uday, what's going on? Levan. Okay. Loan generator. Okay. Tommy, nice to see you. Skyline, Kabita. Jalen, Chick. Hey, James, good evening. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing wonderful. Thank you there, Chick. Congratulations. It's a beautiful thing to hear. It actually kind of is. Okay. Now, my daughter had a miscarriage about a year or so ago, a little over a year ago. So this is her second attempt, and the baby was born today. Little Maddie Jr. Woohoo. All right, Ronnie, nice to see you. Doc, nice to see you. Kevin. Karik. All right, my son sent me up. Yep, pictures of the baby. I'm getting pictures of the baby. Yay. Yep, I'm getting a bunch of pictures of the baby. All right, I'm going to put you guys on hold for a second. I want to tell you some of my new grandbaby. Oh, and there's my daughter. There's JC with the baby. Oh, and there's a little chubby. She's getting ready to rest. Oh, and there's Rocco with the baby. Oh, Mama's doing okay. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Woohoo! All righty. All right, back to business. Let's do this. Sorry about that. I had to see my new grandchild. So I was down there earlier today. It's an hour drive down there, an hour drive back. I would go normally, but we're going to go down there tomorrow and check out the baby because I wanted to give the other family members an opportunity to hang out. Thank you, Kissable. All right, so let's keep on doing this. SPX is not a company. I don't really care. Thank you, Jeff. You're right. SPX is not a company. So why would I invest in it? If it doesn't give me weekly cash flow, Why would I invest in SPX? No, just no. No. Okay, that's it. No. SPX has multiple companies, Geo. Don't know, don't care. It's actually that simple. No, I'm not going to tell you guys what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to invest in. I'm not going to tell you what to buy. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm here to take a look at what you want to look at. And you're here looking for my opinion. All right, great. SPX, no. It's $7,000 a share. No, thank you. Okay? All right. Avery, wait. So how do you consistently guarantee yourself 1% with options? Can't it topple one way or the other? Now, number one, Avery, never, ever, ever did I say the word guarantee. There's only 4 guarantees in life. That's it. It's only 4. And making 1% every week is not one of them. All right? Because I remember this year, I think there was so far 1 or 2 weeks I have not gotten 1%. Last year, I think it was 4 weeks I didn't get 1%. I mean, I did make 68% last year, but there was a couple of weeks I didn't get 1%. Some weeks I make 2, 3, 4, 5. I think the most I ever did in 1 week was 11. But it's all the same strategy. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent. Okay? Ryan, nice to see you there, Ryan. Okay. But Avery, I appreciate your, congrats, thank you. But Avery, never, ever, ever did I say I get guaranteed 1% every week. That's my goal, to get 1% every week. Never did I say it was guaranteed. All right, let's keep on going. All right, thank you. GD, good evening. Congratulations, Grandpa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. John, nice to see you. Darius, NXR.UN on Toronto. If it's on Toronto, most likely it's not going to be here. Sorry, dude. But I'll pull it up if you want to see it. What is it? NXR.UN. NXR.UN. Yeah, just what I thought. Can't find that symbol. Basically, it's not traded in the U.S. Sorry. Were you a professional stock trader before retirement? No, not at all. I was a CEO of a manufacturing company. Okay, I actually made stuff, and I had employees. Would you believe me as a CEO? I don't even believe it. Darius, you're welcome. But no. When I got out of the service back in '82, I got hooked up with a gentleman who taught me a lot of interesting stuff. And then he left the country. He basically closed the door and left the country. So I said, all right, great. I'll start up. So I took all the stuff that he was going to throw out, started up my own company, and I made so much money, I had to figure out what to do with it. You tell the story of how you developed this process. Yeah, I do. I tell that story every single week. Okay? My 9-year-old daughter jumped on my lap and said, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? 2008, she said, can you teach me? All right? So, that being said, how do you teach a 9-year-old to invest in the stock market when most adults don't even get it? They don't understand it. So, for my 9-year-old, it had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. Where did you learn how to do this? Trial and error. All right, so I got something for you. Ra, sun god. Okay, I got something for you. You ready? Here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this. I do this every once in a while so people understand what's going on. Okay, we're going to go to YouTube, to my website. My YouTube website, The10MinuteTrader. Look at that, 2,300 videos. Yes, I've been doing this for quite a while. Okay, so we're going to look at videos first. Videos. And then we're going to go to the oldest videos. And here's the oldest videos. Look at that, 14 years ago. There's the princess right there. Okay, there she is. So let's see what she has to say, because this is the video I use every day.
Hi, I'm JC, and being part of my internet website club thingy, which my dad doesn't like me calling it that, but I do. being part of that, you're going to be getting weekly lists of stocks.
All right, there's me. Long time ago.
What does that mean? That means every single day you can buy a different stock. Because every single day there is a different company.
Here's my favorite part. Yay! All right. That was filmed with, I don't know how many people remember this, but you remember the big, huge VCR? The big, huge camcorders? I'm talking the big, huge ones. Like, you know, hold it onto your shoulder like this. Yeah, that was filmed with one of those cameras back, I think it was 2012, a long time ago. But to make it fun and exciting, we did crazy stuff. You know, because she's only 9 years old. How do you keep the attention of a 9-year-old? Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way for her to lose. Getting old ain't any fun. All right, so where was I going with that? So for my 9-year-old, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way for her to lose. That's the 5 criteria I had to come up with. So I had come up with 5 simple rules. If you want to write them down, you can, but you really don't need to. They're really when I say simple rules, they're really simple. Rule number 1, never buy anything you don't understand or you do not want to hold on to long term. If you don't know who the company is, if you don't want to hold them for the rest of your life, do not buy them. If you don't understand them, don't want to hold on to them, you can't just rattle off everything about the company, you shouldn't be buying it. It's your money, you do whatever you want with it, but my rule is never buy anything that you don't understand and you don't want to hold on to. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is even easier. Never sell at a loss. If you're thinking of taking a loss, you didn't pay attention to rule number 1. That's it, rule number 1. Never buy anything you don't want to hold. Rule number 2, never sell a loss. Rule number 3 is one of the stupidest rules I ever came up with, but you're going to see tonight that people ignore this rule. Rule number 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. Doesn't that sound like the stupidest thing you've ever heard? Think about it. Why would you put your money into a company that's not profitable? I'm looking to buy QCOM next week. Ryan will take a look at that in a minute. Sit tight. But think about it. Rule 3, make sure the company's consistently profitable. And I almost guarantee with 99.98% surety that someone this evening is going to ask me about a company and I'm going to say these words. What the hell are you thinking? This company's not profitable. I can almost guarantee it because every night someone asks me about some company that's not profitable. Can we talk about rolling and keep from getting exercise? Yes, Sun God. You don't say. No, I don't say, but thank you for questioning me. All right. Rule number 4, weekly options only. There's 2 ways to get consistent weekly cash flow. 1 is to trade something that trades on a weekly basis, hence the weekly options. Or 2, you don't like this one, stare at this stupid thing all day long. Yeah, that ain't going to work for me. Now, for a 9-year-old, simple, safe, all that kind of stuff, it was less than 10 minutes. That's where the name The 10MinuteTrader came from my 9-year-old daughter in 2008. So can I do this in less than 10 minutes? Well, yeah. As we progress through the evening, you'll see how simple and easy it is. Also, rule number 5, make sure all the numbers work. We're going to get into that as we progress. So, that being said, Brad, nice to see you. As that being said, let's keep on going. Alec, no, wait a minute. Nick, let's take a look at Hertz, HTZ. Just for you, Nick. All right, ready, Nick? Here we go. Now, Nick, here's the top, here's the bottom, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at the motion. Sideways, down, up, down, and here's the bottom. Look like the bottom was yesterday. Let's zoom into that for a second. Now, one of the main reasons I jumped into Hertz was because of this right here. I love a good gap down because gap downs have a tendency to fill. So that means eventually this thing's going to come back up to this $5 area eventually. Now, you may not like it, but go with the flow here for a second because you got to look at everything as it all plays together. Bottomed out yesterday at $1.50 looks like. $1.45 right there. $1.45 is the bottom, and that was yesterday. Well, today she jumped up. We had 26 million shares yesterday. 26 million shares yesterday at $1.45. Today, 155 million shares traded. And look what happened today. She's at 202. But she went as high as 219 today. Now, I get the $2 call option sold, but I bought it at 187. So I don't mind letting it go at $2. But here's the thing. Okay? Now, you may or may not like this. But there's something I want to show you that's really, really interesting. All right, so at $2, the $2 option is going for 28. Holy shit. Sorry, I just noticed the after hours. Okay, she closed at 202. Hold on, I'm gonna do this. Watch this. Okay, the last trade today was 202. $2.02. That's the last trade. That's what the closing number was. Right now, after hours, look at that. 246. Youch, 246. Which means I'm going to sell my grandsons because my grandson jumped into Hertz at a different number. But anyway, that's not what I wanted to show you. So anyway, it looks kind of good. It's still going up. Okay, we got the lawsuit which brought it big drop and dropped it. And bottom was yesterday. That's the big drop because of the lawsuit. I'm assuming that the earnings came out better. But there's something more important I wanted to show you when you're deciding what stocks you want to look at. Let's go. Holy shit, we're down to 81. Alrighty. All right. Okay. HTZ. I want to show you something on Hertz that I didn't really recognize until just recently. Right here under statistics. It's a $2 a share stock. Come all the way down here. Okay. Okay. Revenue per share. Do you see that? Revenue per share. How much money does Hertz have coming in as opposed to each share that they have? $27. It's a $2 stock, and it has a $27.89 revenue coming in. Think about it. It's a $2 stock, but the revenue coming in is $27, almost $28. Well, yeah, I'd like to have it. All right. Anyway, all right, let's get rid of that. All right. That being said, 69. We're going to reboot over here. Hold on a second. Carrillo, IBM. We'll take a look at IBM in a second. SHOO. SHOO. What else do we have? Live restricted. Live restricted are eligible for recommendations. All right, I'm going to reboot this one also. Appeal. I appeal this thing every single week, and they always tell me the same thing. All right. Are you only doing cash secured puts? Yeah, all right. AI Sports, Zim. We'll take a look at Zim. What else do we got? Yo, dude, WTF, you getting at? All right. Deep Ford Dynasty. Thank you for that. Not quite sure. Bassnet, CHPY. Fifth time text. Dude, what I said earlier, I have 9 cameras going, which means I have 9 sets of questions. You're not the only person here. So give me a little bit of a thoughts on UNG. UNG, HUN. Wow, a lot of stuff you guys want to look at. Vegas Nights, Hashagal. Okay. In my opinion, the thing with Apple, if fluctuate too much for consistency. All right, well, let's take a look at Apple. AAPL. Wow, we got a whole bunch to look at. Harley Davidson. Yeah, we'll take a look at Harley Davidson. Mom learns to cook. Nice. CHPY. CHPY. What the hell is that? CHPY. We'll take a look at that one also. You got it? Thank you. Aloha Now, Harley Davidson. HOG. What else do we got? Physically, dude, how do you financially break a man's nose? Financially? I have no idea. Thanks for looking at SHOO. He broke my nose. National tragedy messed up. Okay. All right. Tell us what to invest. Dude, I cannot tell you what to invest in. Broke my, he did ask him, blah, 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 blah. This man beat me up while 9/11 happened. Oh, he ruined my life whole morning. Okay. No idea who that was. How much do we need to start? You need about $50. Only one from US, please. Thank you. All right, so we're going to reboot this one only because there's like nothing going on there. And they limit me every once in a while. Financially, I don't think it's possible to break someone's nose physically. You curl up your fist. Yeah, I get that one. NVDA is crazy today? Oh, hell no. I don't know why people like NVDA. I really don't.
There is no law requiring.
Okay. Here we go. Try that one again. We're going to try this one again also. Let's do this one. Reboot. Come on, reboot. Let's do this. Sorry, guys. We're going to reboot. Thank you, Maria. Reboot. Let's see if this works. All right. Live. There you go. Go live. Do this. Do that. All right. Do that. Do this. Do that. That works. Do that. Do that, do this, do that. Now we're ready to go again. All right. That being said, John, nice to see you, John. All right. You're talking about stocks. Yes, I am. You don't say. Absolutely. Okay. What's your thoughts on SoundHound? SOUN. All right, let's get to this list. You guys give me quite a bit of list to take a look at. Let's do it. All right, we're going to try to go through this as quickly as possible. Hertz, I wouldn't suggest jumping into Hertz yet, because I like 2 days to the upside, and on the third day I would jump in. So today is one day. I need 2 more for me. But you have to figure out if that works for you. But I already have Hertz, so it's not that big a deal. Chuck, we'll take a look at lows in a minute. So let's keep on going. First one on the list is SHOO. What the hell is SHOO? Well, let's find out. SHOO. Nope, I don't do monthly options. Do you remember rule number 4? I don't know who came up with SHOO, but rule number 4 is pretty clear when it says weekly options only. August, September, October, December, January, those are months of the year. That's a monthly optionable stock. No. Next. MO is Altria. What do you think for Altria? Look at that right there, the high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Down, up, down. What's going on right there? Let's zoom in. But remember rule number 5? What are the numbers? 67, 75. The 68's going for 70. That's over 1%. But is it the right time to buy? Last 30 days. Now, the reason I'm looking at the last 30 days is I want to see where is this stock going next. Okay, let's do this one. 68. Let's do Altria. I love Altria. I do. It's not a recommendation. I don't make recommendations. I just point out the numbers that you guys suggest. The 78, the 68s. There it is right there. Oh, shit. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Start recording. There we go. So we're recording now. Sorry. All right. So we're recording. Sorry. I like to record everything. That way I can see what's going right, what's going wrong, and make adjustments here and there. Here we go. Altria. Are you ready? One covered call. Altria. MO. 14 August. That's next Friday. The 68 call option. Well, the stock is at 67.85. That's pretty close to 68, and it's going up. That kind of works. 106 the profit, 6,600 is the investment. What rate of return is that? For that, we're going to need the calculator. 106 is the profit. We're going to divide it by the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. And that is $66.94, just a little bit under $6,700. $66.94 comes to a grand total of 1.6% for 1 week, if you like Alcoa. This is the first one of the evening. Oh, sorry, not Alcoa, Altria. We can do Alcoa next if you like. Who likes Alcoa? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Back to that. Back to this. First one of the evening. Here it is. There it is. Altria. One covered call. MO, which is Altria. 14 August 26. That's next Friday. That means if I buy it tomorrow morning, I'm going to buy it basically at 67.77, and then I'm going to sell someone on the right, not the obligation, using a covered call, one of the safest trading strategies there is, to buy it from me for almost the exact price I paid for it. So if I buy it 67.77, sell it for 68, I'm going to walk away with $106 per contract, and I got to put up $6,700 for a 1.6% return for 1 week. But think about the math for a second. If I'm making 1% every single week, well, that's more than 50% by the year's over. Okay? Think about it. 1% every single week is over 50% by the end of the year. Now, that's not guaranteed, but that's my goal. My goal is to try to achieve 1% every week. Okay? Kissable, TJX, PGR. You love plants in Deutschland? I've never been to Deutschland, but thank you for the invite. I have a rollover IRA. Do you think it's a good idea to use your method to grow my retirement? Now, John, I would prefer to have a conversation, which means just drop me your phone number. Okay, send me your phone number. I will give you a call. You and I can chat, see what it is you're looking for, see if this was actually work for you. But think about it, John, for 1 second. You have an IRA. Okay, there's only a few things you can do in your IRA, and covered calls is one of them. So remember the point I said, simple, safe, predictable, consistent? The covered call is so safe that the federal government allows you to do covered calls in your IRA, if that makes sense to you. But think about it, John. 1% every single week. But you got to put in 5 or 10 minutes a day. Simple. It's kind of like having a dog or a cat. Take it for a walk, feed it, dump the trash, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. 5 or 10 minutes a day. Just keep your eye on what's going on with your money. If you don't mind me asking, how was that call last night after the show? Believe it or not, Nick, I didn't get a chance to call him. I had so much going on. My grandson was here and I forgot to call him. So I got to give him a call back. Hopefully I can get a hold of him. I have his phone number, so I'll give him a buzz. All right, let's keep on going. So, 1.6%. Why not? 1.6%, and this is Altria, M-O. What do we have next? Next, what do we have next? What do I think of Soundhound? S-O-U-N. What the hell? S-O-U-N. Let's try this one more time. S-O-U-N. Okay, I'm not liking that, but let's take a gander at it. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up. What's going on right there? $7.08. The 7 is going for 39. That's over 4% if you like Soundhound. Let's zoom in and see what the last 30 days look like. Every once in a while I get people ask me, why do you look at the last 30 days? Because I want to see where does it look like it's going. 30 days ago, there's the bottom. Now she's going up. I'm going to say no to this just because of that. All right? She closed yesterday at 650. She opened up this morning at 8. It closed yesterday at 650. She opened up this morning at 8. And look at all this. That's the opening. And then she dropped down to close at 7:08 this afternoon. So do you like it? Yes or no? Well, right now, it's at 7:11. Market makers trying to push it up a little bit. Well, we'll see what happens. But I'm going to say no to this one only because that's got profit taking all over it. She went from $5 to $8. That's a $3 move on a $5 stock. That's a big move. That's more than 50%. I like the position of where Mara is going. We'll take a look at Mara in a second. Jamin, how you doing? Okay, so Mara, you say. M-A-R-A. Mara's going down. What do you mean you like that? Look, we're just going to say no to that one, at least for now. But Chick, take a look. The high's there, 24. Bottomed out at 7. Shot up to 16. Now we're down at 10. So the high is 24. We're down over 50% from the high of the year. Do you remember the part where I said never buy anything you don't understand? Well, if you don't understand that Mara can go from 24 and drop all the way down to 7, that's over a 60% drop. And can you do that without panicking and selling? Think about it. Okay, my account was down over 65% from the beginning of January. Very uncomfortable to take a look at it and still trying to maintain my composure. But I have no intention on selling at a loss. And, my account's doing perfectly fine. I'm up well over 35%. And we're in, the 32nd week of the year? So I'm right on schedule with my 1% a week. All right, next. Here's Alex. I like the position Mara's going. Okay. Chuck wants to take a look at Lowe's. Now, Chuck, for those of you who don't know, Lowe's is a dividend king, which means he had 5 decades. I forgot the word there for a second, but 5 decades. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of consistently increasing their payouts, increasing their profits. So, yeah, why not? You know what I mean? So, Lowe's, what do you think? The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up, down. What's going on there? Let's zoom into that. She went from 200 to 218. Not quite 10% move, but let's look at the last 30 days. Okay, 30 days ago, 221. We dropped down to 199, shot back up to 220, back to 206, back to 220, down, up. Where's she going next? Looks like she's coming down, so we're going to say no to Lowe's for today. Uh-oh, we got somebody over here making noise. Who's making noise? That was Nick. All right, Mr. Nick. I had to mute your microphone, dude. Sorry. All right, so that's Lowe's. I'm going to say no to Lowe's for this week only because the bottom was here. Now we're at the 30-day high, and today was a down day, which basically tells me from 199 to 220, that 10% move, people are starting taking profits. So yeah, I'm not going to do that one. Drezik, QCOM. Shit, I have QCOM and I'm not happy with it because I'm into QCOM at 200s, somewhere up here. Okay, and I sold the 150s. Okay, so I'm in at like 220, and I sold the 150s for this week because I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to show you. Hold on a second. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do this first. High, low was is. Up, down, up. What's going on right there? Let's zoom in to show you the last 30 days. All right. Okay, your last 30 days for QCOM. Top, bottom, up. Now she's coming back down again. Well, it looks like she's coming back down again. Little gap here. Okay, we have a lower high and a lower low. Up, down. I'm hoping it goes below 150 by Friday, which is tomorrow afternoon. So I'm going to be keeping my eye on this one, but I wouldn't jump in now because, you get the bottom here, a little gap there, okay? Wednesday was lower. Today was lower. 2 down days in a row. Sorry. Who came up with that one? Drezik. Sorry, dude. Next. All right, what do we have here? Joshin. Nice to see you, Joshin. Alex, Julia, Jim, Big O, MDS, Crab Up, Rich Matthews. Nice to see you all. All right. Let's keep on going. What's your thoughts on sound? We did that one already. Okay. All right. Next, we have. Ever looked at CRCT? What the hell is that? CRCT. No. That was easy, wasn't it? August, September, December, March. Those are months of the year. No. And look at that big, huge jump. Yeah, that baby's going to crawl back today or tomorrow. Some comments are filtered. That makes sense. Brian, Chewy. Really? CHWY, Chewy. Okay. Here's your top. There's your bottom. She's shooting up nicely, but do you think it can keep that momentum? Brian, what do you think? Take a look. We're at 17, and she jumps up to 24. 17 to 24 is a $7 move. Not quite 50%, but pretty darn close to it. Had a down day today and a down day yesterday. That tells me that, profit taking. So not this week. Sorry. Uber, really? Uber? UBER. Same thing. It don't look good. Okay? High of the year, bottom of the year. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, sideways, down, up. What's going on there? What you guys doing over here? You guys are killing me on this. Who's making the noise now? David! Thank you for that, David. All right. But think about it. The top, bottom, what's going on there? Let's zoom in and see what that looks like. You like circuit? Way to go, Jimmy. Okay, same thing. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down. Now she's going up. It's only one day. And the gap already filled. I love filling gaps because they're almost predictable. So no to Uber. Sorry. VivaCore. Victor, I have no idea what VivaCore is. Okay, TTD. All right, well, we'll look at TTD in a minute. Okay, follow the creator. Thank you. How do you decide which stocks to do calls on? Oh my goodness, newbie alert. I don't mean that insulting at all. I just say that when somebody new comes, because I've been doing this for almost 3 years now, and I can tell someone who knows absolutely nothing just by some of the questions they ask. How do I decide which stocks? I only like stocks that are consistently profitable. year after year after year after year. Now we check every week. As of this week, there's 11,514, something like that. That's 519, 11,519 companies to choose from. So how do you decide? Well, for me, it's pretty easy. I like the dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, dividend champions, dividend contenders, and anything on Warren Buffett's list. Those 5 lists gives me about 350 different companies to look at. Now, on the low end, you got 10 to 24 years of consistently increasing the profits. 10 to 24 years consistently increasing profit. And then you got the cream of the crop that have over 5 decades. That's 50 years of increased profits. So those are the companies I like. So out of the 11,519, I'm only looking at 350. But I'm not looking at them all at the same time. Okay? I throw it into the calendar. Okay? And the calendar tells me what stocks to look at for this week. Michael! Nice to see you, Michael. Okay? So the calendar tells me what to look at. So let me read you some of these just for the fun of it. We got Sherwin-Williams, okay, Smuckers, Emerson Electric, Walmart, Nextera, Pepsi, Kimberly-Clark, Lennar, Consolidated Edison, Aflac, Archer Daniel Midland, Clorox, Target, PPG, IBM, Grainger, ExxonMobil, Johnson & Johnson, McDonald's, almost every one of those companies you probably heard of. Household names. Johnson & Johnson, everybody knows them. Grainger, maybe not everyone, but Grainger is a very big company and they're consistently profitable. ExxonMobil, IBM, you probably heard of those. I only like, me personally, companies that are consistently profitable year after year after year after year. Okay, now don't get me wrong, because some of you younger folks, remember, I'm retired. Okay, I put in 5 decades. My first job was in 1974. Some of you weren't even born then. But my first job in 1974, great, wonderful, yay. Okay, fine. My working days are over, so I can't take risks like some of you guys can. So if you're still working, you can take risks because you can just go back to work, put a little bit of overtime in, maybe get a second job, blah, 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 whatever. I put in 5 decades already. I could keep working, but I don't want to, and I don't need to, so I'm okay with that. Okay? That being said, that's how I pick what stocks I like. Companies that are consistently profitable, I put them into the calendar, and the calendar tells me what to look at and when. That's it. Okay, Dung Scotty wants to take a look at TTD. All right, TTD, let's look at this. TTD, what the hell is TTD anyway? TTD. Oh, why? Why? You like that? Why? Look at this. Here's where it was, $90. Big, huge drop. Kept on dropping. Hell no. Unless you really like it and you think it's going to do something differently than what it's currently doing. Okay? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Just going down. No thank you for TTD. Sorry, dude. Next. If you're down on QCOM, what are your plans to make up for the loss? All right, Drezik, listen closely. Okay? Do you remember the part where I said never buy anything you do not want to hold on to long term? That was number 1. Number 2 is never sell at a loss. Just because I'm in it at 240, 250, that's totally irrelevant. Because I'm consistently getting the dividends and I'm consistently getting weekly cash flow from it. So let's pull up QCOM for a second and give you a quick little briefing on this. QCOM. Okay, so on Monday, okay, this was a couple of weeks ago. Monday, we're here at 1:45, first thing in the morning. So at 145, with it looking like it's going down, 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 I made the assumption that the 155, or the one, I think it was the 150 or the 155. Hold on a second. I'm going to have to actually look on this one, which means I have to get out of that and go to this account, pull that up. Hold on, I'm doing a quick check on my account to figure out. Oh, ooh, nice. QCOM, there it is. So QCOM, I sold the 150s. All right, so, whoops, no, not Dow, you dumb bunny. QCOM, there it is. 228. All right, so I'm in 228 and I sold the 150s. Whoops. All right, so I'm in at 228, which is not even on this chart. I sold the 150s because I thought it was going to keep going down, and I figured the 150s was a safe bet. But no, it wasn't, because now we're at 160, and I'm kind of hoping that, see, we have a lower high. All right, Tuesday, we hit 165, almost 165. Okay, Wednesday, we have a lower high and a higher bottom. Today, we have a lower high and a lower bottom, so I'm kind of hoping she's going to keep coming down, because eventually I'm going to have to roll it forward or buy back the option to figure out what am I going to do next week. So that's my situation for QCOM at the moment. I really don't know what I'm going to do until Friday comes, which is tomorrow. So the market's going to open. I'm either going to take I'm either going to buy back the option and push it into next week or the week after, so I don't lose any money, because I hate losing money, and I only lost twice this year. So we're into August, and I have 2 losses this year. 2. Yep, you heard me right. I do over 1,000 trades a month, and I have 2 losses this year. I think that's good. All right, what else do we have? Hubert, Murray, Botox Doc, what's happening? David, Bobby Ann. Ooh, nice name, Bobby Ann. Mr. Marlowe, Janu, Tommy, Legendary. Crab Up, thank you there, Crab Up. Glue Maker, Is QCOM on your list usually? Yes, it is. Thank you, Tony. All right, so over here, oil. What the hell is oil? OIL. It's nothing. It's not even pulling up. Look. No. Oil's no such thing. CDE. Kane. What's happening, Kane? CDE. Interesting, but no. Okay, take a look. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up. But look what happened today. Let's zoom in so you get a better view of it. The last 30 days. Okay, up, down, up, down, up, down. What happened right there? Gap up, gap down. Yeah, this is all over the place. 15. Yep, she's coming down. No, thank you. Sorry, Kane. Brian, Rocket Lab. RKLB. Rocket Lab. I'm a rocket. Oh, check that out. Yeah, that looks good. At the top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's definitely going up. 75.67. The 76 is about $5. Hell yeah. Let's do this one. Look at your last 30 days. Now, the reason I look at the last 30 days, because it gives me a good idea of where it's going next. Not guaranteed, but looks like it's going. Okay, top, bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up. Get the high here, and we're here right now. So there's plenty of space right there to grab 1%. Because what is 1% of $75? It's not that bad at all, right? $7, wait a minute, $75, 1% would be 75 cents. That's crazy. All right, got a big question here. Sun God, when you buy back the option, isn't it more expensive than when you sold it because of the spread? Absolutely. How do you keep from being a loss? All right, I'll tell you what. Rolling it forward, let's look at it this way. I sold the option. Let's say I sold the option for $2. Now it jumped up $10. So now the option is going to be worth $10. There's no more time value tomorrow. So remember that. So on Monday, when I do the trade on Monday, you have 5 days of time value. Okay? Now, time value, you may not think of it, but time is one of those things you can't buy. So it's one of those things, it depreciates and it goes slowly lower, lower, lower. So on Friday, there's 0 time value left. So look at it this way. If the stock is at $100 on Monday, you can get the option for, let's say, $1. That's 1%. And let's say it's at $100 on Friday. The stock didn't move at all. Now the option is worth 0 because there's no time value left. But on Monday, you have 100% of time value. Tuesday, you lost 20% of time value. Wednesday, you lost 40% of time value. Thursday, you lost 60% of time value. Just keep doing the math. That's just the way it goes. As the clock ticks. Oh, here's a better one for you. Ready? As the sands flow through the hourglass, so do the dollars of our trade. Something like that. But as the time passes, the value of the time decreases. So what I'm hoping for, yeah, I sold it at $2 on Monday. Now it's worth $10. But I'm hoping tomorrow it will have a little bit of a pullback and I'll be able to buy it back for $8 or $9 or even $10. But I'm still losing $8 per share, which is still close to a couple of $1,000. But here's the thing. I'm going to sell the next option to cover that loss. So if I have to buy it back at $10, that's an $8 loss. But if I sell another option further out to collect that $8 to $10 back, then it's kind of like a wash. I don't really lose anything and I keep my stocks. That's about it. Okay, so I don't like taking losses. Now, I could take the loss on it, sell all my shares, and then turn around Monday and buy them all back again. Then I still have my 500 shares for the same amount of money with a little bit less. So, in short, it's going to be a numbers game. Okay, what did I buy? What did I sell? Where is it? What does that mean? What should I do? So I asked myself 5 questions. What did I buy? IBM. Was it IBM? No, QCOM. Sorry. What did I buy? QCOM, 228. What did I sell? I sold the 150 calls. Okay, where is it now? It's at 160. Where does it look like it's going? It looks like it's coming down. What should I do? 5 questions. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where is it? Where's it going? What should I do? The first 4 are easy. That 5th question, what should I do? I can't answer that until Friday afternoon, which I do have a live trading group, which we do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. But on Friday, we do it at 2:30. If the price drops deep in the money, can you still buy it back for cheaper? That's what I'm looking for. Okay, because remember, she jumped up, and today we have a lower high than yesterday and the day before. So we have 2 days lower than the high on Tuesday. Okay, so Tuesday was the high, Wednesday was lower, today was lower, and I'm hoping tomorrow is even lower so that way I can roll this position into next week or the week later for less money and I don't have a bigger loss. So I can fix that somehow tomorrow. But I won't know that until tomorrow afternoon. Okay? Rocket Lab. So let's take a look at Rocket Lab. Down, up, and it's paying $5. So let's do Rocket Lab. Yeah! Because I'm a rocket man. Burn. Okay, where are we? Covered call. There we go. There we go. Uh-oh, need the glasses for this. 76 trombones in the big parade. Oh, you're going to like this one. Check this out. The current price right now is 76.17. So I love doing these trades. These ones make people think. I'm going to buy it 76.16 and I'm going to sell it for less than I paid for it and still walk away with a profit. Let me say it again. I'm going to buy it I'm going to sell it for less, and I'm still going to walk away with a profit. Were those 2 losses covered calls? No, those 2 losses were because I didn't pay attention. Seriously, I didn't pay attention. I had too much going on. I think I had 8 accounts at the time. In one account, I didn't see these 2 stocks kind of like slip through the cracks. And I was like, ah, damn it. All right, let's do this one. I'm going to buy it, sell it for less, and still walk away with a profit. Watch this. You ready? 1 covered call. Rocket Lab, RKLB, 14 August. That's this next Friday. Not tomorrow, next Friday. The 76 call option. The stock at the moment is 76.19. Buy it, sell it for less, still walk away with a profit. Watch. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, here we go. Ooh, calculator. What does that number look like? 518 is my profit. 518. Ready? Okay. Max profit. Do you remember the part where I said simple, safe, predictable? Do you remember that? Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose. Predictable. Simple, safe, predictable. You ready? I know what I'm buying it for. I know what I'm selling. I know what my break even is. I know what my profit is. I know what the cost of the trade plus commissions and fee is. And I know what the buying power effect is if it was a margin account, which this is a margin account. But I'm not giving you those numbers. I'm just giving you the regular number because I do not suggest people use margin until you understand the risks involved with borrowing someone else's money, because that's what margin is. Borrowing someone else's money. All right, so 518 is my profit. 7,000 is my investment. Now that's before I even do anything. Okay? Now most people, if they knew a stock was going to go up, because that's what we're doing, we're looking at dividends, and the dividend tells us when is the stock going up, because stocks have a tendency to increase in price just before the dividend is paid. So knowing that, most people would say, because believe it or not, I asked that question, and most people say, I'd buy the stock. Why? Because then you have to wait and wait and wait and wait for it to move. A covered call is simple. I can jump in on Monday, sell a covered call on Monday, okay, like 2 or 3 seconds after I buy it. I buy it, 2 or 3 seconds later, I sell the option against it. I know what my profit is, and I don't care if the stock moves. Because remember rule 1, never buy anything you don't want to own. So do I like the company? Do I want to own that company? That's question number 1. Do I like the company? Do I want to own it? Well, actually, question number 1 should be, does it make sense? Does it make sense? Question 2, do I like this company? Question 3, do I like this company at this current price? Okay, so there's my profit, there's my investment. What is my rate of return? Before I even hit the send button, because once I hit that send button, I own it. But before I hit that send button, I want to know what my profit's going to be for this week. Because think about it. If I buy it at 76.13, sell it at 76, this is my profit. This is what I got to put up. But I'm getting all that money back plus that. Because your investment gets returned to you when you sell it. So if I buy it for 100 and I sell it for 100, and then I pick up that 1%, well, I only made 1% for the week. But that's my goal. My goal for me is 1% every single week. Because for 5 or 10 minutes of my time, I can make over 50% by the end of the year. So that makes sense to me. All right, so cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 7,082. Divide 7,082 comes a grand total of 7%. if you like Rocket Labs. Remember, never buy anything unless you actually like the company and want to own the company. Do you like Rocket Labs? Do you like it at this price? I'm saving this one, 7.3%. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Wilbur. Wilbur, I like that one. All right, here we go. 7.3% for 1 week for Rocket Lab, if you like it. All right, let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Go over to here, go to there, go to there. Spin around, smile, and say, Happy New Year. Here we go. Rocket Lab. Okay. All right, here we go. Rocket Lab, one covered call, 14 August. That's next Friday. The 76 call option. 518 is the profit. 7,000 is the investment for a 7.3. 7.3 for 1 week. If you like Rocket Labs. RKLB Rocket Labs. All right, next. Next. What do we have next? Rocket Lab, pretty good. CDE, no, we looked at that one. Oil, I have no idea why. YJ, what does that mean? No, don't get me wrong. I understand what oil means, OIL. But oil is not a stock symbol, so that doesn't help me out any. All right. Ferris, nice to see you. Anthony, I restore cracked screens. Just look at the last 1 year, 6 months, 1 month, 1 week, and day. Why the hell am I looking at 1 day? See, you're under the assumption that I'm going to be looking at anything on a daily basis or the weekly basis. Hell no. Lucky, nice to see you. All right, number one, I restore cracked screens. You're not giving me a ticker symbol to look at. Where is it? Okay. I repair cracked screens. Dude, you didn't even give me a ticker symbol to look at. Okay, if you don't give me a ticker symbol, you can't complain. I like circuit. Good for you. I don't. How you side in the stocks? Okay, blah, 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 blah. All right. Okay, I restore cracked screen help. Okay, fine. Just look at the last year, 6 month, 1 week, 1 day. On what? You actually got to give me something to look at. Psyched about pharma. All righty then. Nice for you. John, nice to see you. Godson, how are you doing? Thank you there. Psyched, that was very nice of you. Ryan, thank you. All right. Bassnet, CHPY. What the hell is that? CHPY. Chippy. All right. Unfortunately, I'm going to say no to Chippy because I don't do monthly options. No, hell no. Sorry. Just no. Nike. Ooh, I like Nike. Mikey like Nike. Oh yeah, I'm a little fickle on Nike. Look at that. What's going on with Nike? Right there. Top, bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, sideways. What's going on here? The 42. The 42 is going for 81. Oh, that's more than 2%. All right, hold on. Jay, I see you there, Jay. Well, look at that. The last 30 days. 30-day high, 30-day bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up. 1, 2, right there. That baby's going up at the 42, 81. Let's do Nike for those of you who like Nike. Nike for Kokomo's. All right, glasses. 42, 40. Ooh. Okay, covered call there. There it is, the 42 right there. 1 covered call. There it is. Here's the numbers. You ready? 1 covered call, Nike, NKE. 14 August 26, that's next Friday. The 42 call option, 86 is the profit, 4,000 is the investment. What number does that look like? 86 is the profit. 4,104 is the investment and gives me a 2% return if you like Nike. Nike. How I love you, Nike. All right, let's clean up the computer, see what we got, where that's loading. That's number 3 for the evening. We find 5 every evening. 5, 5, 5. Let's sing the song of 5. How many is 5? N, K, E. Make that an N. There we go, N. One covered call, Nike, NKE, 14 August. That's next Friday. The 42 call option, $86 is the profit, 4,100 is the investment for, I forget the number. Don't get old. Everybody says getting old is wonderful. No, it's not. You forget things. 2%. If you like Nike, 2%. %2% for Nike. Yay! What do we have next? BBAI. What the? Oh, wait a minute. Bed Bath something. Manhattan Original. Dude, ask me once. Seriously? Okay? No, seriously. Once is perfectly fine. All right, where are we? Chippy. We just did Chippy. You wrote the ticker and forgot. I did? Okay, you do realize I write a lot of stuff down, okay? You got all of those, those, and those. Yes, I do forget. I am an old dude. I write stuff down because I have a tendency to forget. Ooh, I gotta grab a seat because I got a lot of questions here. We only have 3 so far. We need to come up with 2 more. Ra Sun God, if the price drops, it's going to be something that I'm going to have to take a look at tomorrow. Okay, so do I roll it? Do I keep it the same price? Do I buy it back? Go higher, lower? What's going to happen? It's always going to be a numbers game, and that's going to be tomorrow. Is QCOM on my list? Yes, QCOM's always on my list. Nice to see you, Terry. Chippy, we did Chippy. Chippy, yep. NVM. What the hell is NVM? NVM. November Very Mumbo. NVM. It's not showing up, dude. Sorry. Thank you. Hi. Fish Forever. Thank you. I'm sitting on Nike 45. I'm waiting for Nike to come up. Okay. Mindy, we already did Lowe's. Okay. Tom, nice to see you. Andy, nice to see you. Sanjeev, nice to see you. Simon, what are your thoughts on GLW? Isn't that Corning, GLW? It is, Corning. Ooh, nice. Nice pick. Who came up with that one? Simon, let's check it out. You ready? Gotta get out of my seat. I was comfortable, Simon. What'd you do that for? All right, 280. 60, holy shit. 60 to 280, youch. Up, down, up. What's going on right there? 157. The 157s are going for, you kidding me? $6? Nice. Let's check it out. Last 30 days. Okay. Yeah, we got a higher high and a lower low. What do you think? Okay. A little over 200. Drop down to a little below 120. Shoots up. What do you think? Can it keep going? The 157s? Let's do it. I like Corning. The 157.50s. 157.50. There it is. There it is. I'm getting good at this. This is getting quick. One covered call, GLW, also known as Corning. 14 August, next week, the 157.50. We're at 158.99. Ooh, 590.15. Let's see what that number looks like. Calculator, come out and share your wisdom. What the hell did you go? There it is. 591 is the profit, okay? Max profit, 591. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 15,159. That gives me 15,159, grand total of 3.8. 3.8% for 1 week if you like Corning. That's it. Do you like Corning? Do you think Corning's a good buy at the 158? It either is or it isn't. There we go. 3.89. All right, fine. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Change that to this. Move back over to here. Oops. There we go. One covered call, GLW, Corning, 14 August, next Friday, the 157.50, 591, 15,000. What was the rate of return again? 3.89. That's a nice number. $3.8, and it was GLW. One more. We need one more to go. 5 a night. 5, 5, 5. Let's sing a song of 5. How many is 5? All right. That was that. We already did Lowe's. NBiz. Blue. NBiz, really? Let's check it out. NBiz. NBIS. No. See that right there? No. Sorry. Nick, United Airlines. No. Let me zoom in so you can see better. This was a good play last week or the week before. See? Last week, we had that nice little run up. This week, we hit the top. Now she's pulling back. How far do you think it's going to go? If your 30-day bottom is here and she runs up, how far do you think? From 112 to 136. That's $24. $24 move on a 112 stock. That's over 20%. Of course it's going to come back down again. Sorry, Nick. Michael Patterson, Mickey D's, MCD. Maybe. Look at that right there. Let's zoom into that one. Before we do, 276 to 277s are going for 305. Okay, that's over 1%. Well, I got to get back up off my seat. I was comfortable. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Sideways, up, down, up. All right, what's going on right there? Let's zoom in a little bit. There. Start looking at those stocks we wrote down. Ooh, look at that. Down, up, down, up. Whoa, right there. 276. The 277s going for 305. Okay. 277s. Let's do this one. Mickey D's. Covered call. There we go. 277. There it is. One. And there we go. You ready? Here it is. One covered call. Mickey D's. 14 August. Next Friday. The 277.50. 449. 27,000. What is the rate of return? Going to need the calculator for that one. Here we go. 4419 divided by 27,301 gives me a grand total of 1.6. Not glamorous, but still, it's McDonald's. We all know who McDonald's is, like 2 or 3 of them in every single city. All right, 1.6. This is the last one of the evening. 1.6. I'm going to take phone calls next. Phone calls. All right, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Change that. Change this. And let's do this. M, C, D, Mickey D's. And there you go, Mickey D's. Right. One covered call, McDonald's MCD. 14 August 26th, next Friday. The 277.50. 449 is the profit, 2,700. What was it, 1.6, 1.7? 1.6. 1.6. There's our 5. 555. I love the 5. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. It is 9:38, so we're going to open up the phone lines. You ready? Phone lines. Who wants to call in? Mr. Matthews. Nice to see you. What are we doing? Seven, 2, 7, 5, 4, 3, 9, 4, 1, 8. 4, 1, 8. Phone line is open for those who wants to call in and say hi, hello, what's going on? What are your thoughts on GLW? We already did that one. DC Daddy Nice, thank you. Simon, thank you for that one. SPX, hell no, we already did that one. NVIDIA, come on, really? Do you even look at the numbers for NVIDIA? NVDA, I'm saying no to NVIDIA because the numbers just suck. They do, really. All right, we went from 190 to 225. And today is a down day. Yeah, no thank you. Nobody wants to call in? 727-543-9418. All right, BMG, BBAI. What the hell is that? BBAI. You can probably tell I don't do that one. Interesting. What's going on here? Uh-oh. $3. Let's move into that one. What is the name of this one? Big Bear. Really? All right, we're going to say no. The reason being, we bottomed out last week, shot up, now it's got profit taken. Up, down. Yeah, no thank you. AMG, nice to see you. Uh-oh, Davina, nice to see you again. Davina, nice to see you. Johnson & Johnson, huh, Davina? Interesting. Richmond, Virginia, come on down. Hello, hello.
Hello, I saw you on TikTok.
Yeah, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm awesome. Thank you for asking. Who am I speaking with?
You're speaking with Jack.
Jack, how's it going there, Mr. Jack?
It's going great.
Outstanding. Davina, check this out. Johnson & Johnson, down, up, down, up. Nice. Nice move. Johnson & Johnson's over 140 years old. All right, Jack, what questions you got for me?
Really just how you would set up a stock trade. Like, I'm looking at energy right now.
Why?
If that's a good stock.
Wait. What's the ticker symbol?
NRG.
NRG. Interesting. Bouncing off the bottom. What are your thoughts on this one?
Well, I've watched it for many years now, back when it was around $40, and
Okay.
it's really gone up.
Well, take a look at this. Wait. Take a look. You had your 30-day bottom, actually the bottom of the year, on Tuesday.
Yes.
Okay, now here's the thing. Here's the thing. You cannot buy any lower than the low of the year. And there it is right there 2 days ago. Okay, that's a good thing. Now let's go to Yahoo Finance and see how good this company actually is. NRG, right? NRG.
Yes.
What I want to find out, what I want to know is the company consistently profitable? For that, I want to look at historical data. I want to take a look at the dividends only. Then I want to look at every single dividend they have, and they go all the way back to 2003. Nice. Well, let's go. Wait a minute. No, they don't. 2003.
They were, yeah, they should go back. They were founded in 1986, 1989.
Okay. All right. It's only going back to 2012. I'm not 100% happy with this. Check this out. 2012, we're at 9. Then it jumped up to 12. That is a 30% increase. That's good. Then it went to 14, 14 and a half. Then this bothers me right here. In 2016, it went from 14 down to 3. You want to explain that one to me?
14, are you looking at dividends?
I'm looking at the profits because the profits are what the companies give us back. So
Yes.
if they're profitable, they give us money. If they make more money this year than they did last year, they will give us more money this year. If they make more money next year, they'll give us even more money next year. So I want to see companies that go higher and higher and higher with their profits. This thing went from 14 down to 3. Okay? Now let's take a look. In 2015, they dropped it on 2016. 2017, no increase. 2018, no increase. 2019, no increase. 2020, it went from 3 to 30. Well, that's nice. All right, so from there, 30, 32, 35, 37, 40, 44, 47. Okay, so for the past 4 or 5 years, it's been increasing. Okay, let's look at the statistics, just for the fun of it. Okay, NRG, market cap, 18, 31, 31 to 24. Okay, that's not that bad. Revenue, what kind of revenue they have coming in? 164, that's nice. The stock's 119, but they have $164 per share coming in. Where was it? Right here, 164. The revenue growth year after year is over 11%. That's nice. Return on assets, 4%. Return on equity, 23%. That's nice. Book value, $20 a share. I'm not too fond of that because you're paying $119 per share, but the company's really only worth $20 per share. Okay, so not bad. So what's your long-term plan for this?
Keep holding, but I would like to get into like short-term investing, like options.
All right, well, let's find out what kind of money it gives us. NRG. So currently, right now, NRG's at 119. The 119 is going for 320. Not quite 3% for this week, but here's the thing. Now, do you already have it?
Do you already have an option open?
No. Do you already have NRG, the stock?
Yes.
And how many shares you have, roughly?
Just 100.
Just 100. All right. So now, what did you jump in at?
A long time ago. I don't even look at it.
Well, if you don't know what you paid for it, how do you know if you're in a profit or not?
Because I bought it back in like 2015 when I was in high school.
Really? Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So
it's only 100 shares.
Yeah. I get that part. But everybody's going to start somewhere. I think that's the point I was trying to get to. So currently it's at 119. Okay, it is going up. So hypothetically, right? Now you want to hold on to it, right? You don't want to sell it?
Yes, I would. I'm going to hold it till retirement.
Okay, so let's say hypothetically you sell the 125s. That's like right here. Can it hit 125 by next Friday? I don't know. But the 125 is going to give you 115. That's $115 just to hold it until next Friday. And if it hits 125, well, you can always roll it forward to pick up a little bit more money. Because each time you move it forward every week, you can pick up $25 per contract, $115 per contract, $190 per contract every single week that you own it. That makes sense?
Yes, that does. So August 14th.
Yeah,
Next
August
Friday.
14th. August 14th is next Friday.
Awesome. Looking at like what kind of call?
It would be a call option.
Yes.
Okay, there's only two kind of options: a call option and a put option. That you have.
But you can have covered calls and covered puts.
Yes, you can. Now, are you thinking of buying more of them?
No, I'm really just looking, instead of my retirement, like my income, to invest that into short-term options.
Are you buying options or are you selling options?
Buying options and selling.
Okay, you do realize that 80% of all options expire worthless, right?
No, that's a statistic I never knew.
You never knew that. Well, 80% of all options expire worthless. I used to buy them many years ago. I just don't do it anymore. But then again, if you're more active and you want to sit in front of the computer longer than I do, I only want to sit in front of my computer about 10 to 15 minutes. But what I was going to say, if you liked it, you could, at this current price, sell a 119 put. Okay? Now, if you sell a put, you're giving somebody the right to sell it to you at 119, and they're paying you $2.45, which means you're only paying 116.66. No, 65. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm tracking.
Okay. It's called a cash secured put. So you put up some money. Somebody sells you a put, which means they're paying you $245 per contract. And then you come up with the rest to buy it at 119. It's like getting the stock at a discount. The nice thing about a cash secured put is a stock you were going to buy anyway, but you're getting a discount on it. And then you can turn around and sell whatever you want to pick up weekly cash flow. Now, if you want to hold on to it, I would go 3 to 5 strikes out of the money and just keep your eye on it. Do you have a dog or a cat?
No.
No pets at all?
No, sir.
Did your parents hate you? Every little boy should have a dog.
Yeah. Well, I will one day. I just don't really have the time to give it attention. I'm always at work.
How old are you now?
I'm 30.
Oh, shit, brother. You got like, what, another 30... When are you going to retire? 62,
59 and a
60,
half.
59 and a half?
59 and a half.
Cool. You got a good plan?
I hope.
All right, so here's a couple of thoughts. Number one, at this moment in time, do you know what your monthly outlay is?
Like,
Mortgage,
outlay.
mortgage, insurance, electric, gas, food, entertainment, all that. How much do you spend consistently every single month?
That's hard.
All right, well, at this age, dude, you're 30 years old, okay? You got to put your big boy panties on and figure out how much you spend every single month. Because that is the goal you're going to need to get if you want to retire. If you need $5,000 every single month just to cover your bills, well, you got to figure out how much money that is. That's $120,000 at 1%. 1% every week on $120,000 is $1,200. $1,200 multiplied by 52 is going to give you your $60,000 if you need $5,000 a month just to live comfortably.
Exactly.
Did that
Yeah.
did that math make sense?
No, it does. It really
Okay.
does.
So
I
at your
really
current
take
age, wait a minute. At your current age, you should have a good idea what your rent and mortgage is. You should have a good
Yes.
idea
Oh yeah.
what your
I
average.
understand rent, but it's the other miscellaneous travel.
Yeah, no.
taxation.
Travel is one of those things that's let's call that a perk. I'm talking about
Yes.
necessities in life: mortgage, insurance,
Insurance.
electric, cable, phone, gas, transportation, clothing. You should have a budget at this point in your life to know exactly what you spend on a monthly basis for the bare necessities. Anything over the bare necessities, well, that's gravy. But to
Yeah.
quit your
I
job,
put that towards my retirement.
exactly.
I try to max it out every year.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, do you have a 401k where you work?
No. That's something I work for a small business.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I know I was a small business owner for years. I know what that's like. So, what is your plan? How much do you plan on putting away every week or every month?
Well, really $7,000 a year is max. And
No, it's not. You can put as much as you want away.
Oh, well, into my Roth IRA.
Oh, Roth IRA, interesting. So, do you actually have a Roth IRA right now?
Yes.
Roughly, what's in there right now?
I would have to talk to somebody and see that.
Okay, so I'm going to say, shame on you as an adult. You should know more about your personal finances because we're the only species on this planet that's got to pay to live here. How are you going to retire if you have no idea what your numbers are?
Yeah, I still have 30 years.
Yeah,
So,
I get that part. But what if you could retire at 40? What if you had enough money to bring in twice as much as you need? Let's say you need 5,000 a month to live comfortably. Well, now let's say hypothetically you have enough to give you $10,000 a month at age 40. Would you retire then?
if that money could put me on a boat and live comfortably till I die, then yes.
Okay, then. If you can't measure your progress, how the hell are you going to know when you're there?
You're right.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, but I'm 62. I've been there. I've done that. I've made all the mistakes that you haven't even thought of making yet.
Exactly.
So that's why when you go out, you sit down, you talk to a guy with gray hair, long beard, say, dude, tell me some shit that I don't know. Because people that are old like me, we have something that you cannot buy. That's called wisdom. And the only way you're going to get wisdom is by making stupid ass decisions and falling flat on your face and learning from that, picking yourself up and moving along. Until you know exactly what you need on a monthly basis, you're never going to get to where you want to go if you don't know where it is you're going. That makes sense?
No, it makes like 100% sense.
So here's an idea for you. Go online. They have a whole bunch of monthly budgets out there. Looking for a monthly budget, download it, start filling it in. Okay? Because your mortgage is never going to change. It's going to stay the same until you refinance or whatever. The insurance, unfortunately, that will increase because insurance agents suck. Gas, same thing. Groceries, same thing. You add all that in, but you should have some kind of clue at how much money you have coming in, how much you can put towards it, and then how do you get from where you are to where you want to be.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
All righty. Okay, anything else I can answer for you?
No, this has been a great call. Thank you very much. I'm glad I came across your account.
But all right, I got another call coming in. You have a great day. Call me back in another week or two. I want to see how you're doing.
All right, thank you very much.
Bye. New York. How you doing?
Good. Rob here.
Rob, how you doing today, Rob?
Hi. I had a question on the screen. I have Schwab and I have Think, the Think screen, but mine doesn't look like yours. And I can't. When you pull up your evaluation of a trade, you automatically get the stock and the option on it. Like, how do you actually do that?
All right. Do you see this line right here? This vertical line?
You know what? I can't see it on my phone, and I'm on the computer, and I can't talk on my phone and see it.
Okay, so here's something interesting. Now, for those of you that are listening, that's in the same
I'm gonna
position.
hang up so I can look
Wait,
at the
wait,
phone.
wait, 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 no, don't hang up.
Okay.
Don't hang up. I usually say this every night. The screen behind me is live on YouTube, which means you can talk on the phone and still have the screen live on your big screen TV. It makes it easier to see the numbers on the big screen. That's number one. Number two, Thinkorswim is an awesome trading platform. I found it over 20 years ago when I wrote a book on choosing the right trading platform for your trading. I wrote that book 20 some odd years ago. But I've been using the same platform for over 20 years, and I'm so thankful that they haven't changed anything. It's the exact same as it was 20 years ago. Now, don't get me wrong, I believe in progress. But I was born in a time where if it's not broke, don't fix it. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, leave it alone. All right, so the interesting thing about Thinkorswim, each one of these little triangles or little arrows, you click on them and everything moves around. On the left side of the screen, down here in the bottom left, you have a little plus sign that will allow you to add more more attributes. Let's take it like this. Okay? I can put in a quick chart, quick quote, scratch pad, times and sales, trade flash, trader TV, watch list, market depth. There's a lot of stuff I can add to the left side of the screen.
Okay, you know what? I'm not that computer tech savvy, and I could only see you on the. I'm trying to get it on my computer, so I'm gonna hang up, and you just do that for a couple of minutes, and then I'll ask questions another time.
You got it.
All right, cool. Thanks.
They want to learn.
Ron, what's happening,
David,
brother?
What's going on?
Hey, I was
Figured out
talking.
how to exit out.
Yeah, I know. I was
figured
talking
it
to
out.
someone about 15 minutes ago, and he says, "How'd that phone call go with Ron last night?" I said, "I forgot to call him because I had my grandson over."
You know what? I just got off a Zoom meeting with Ray Reynolds.
No way. I follow Ray. I watch him and I want to call him because I want to see how he does that. Was it 18 or 19 different divisions?
Yeah, the divisions and stuff. Well, his team reached out to me over the weekend.
Yeah.
And said, hey, Ray likes your shit. He want to talk to you. I said, okay. They reached out to me, right? Check this out. This whole conversation was weird. His team reached out to me, and I was leery if it was really his team, right?
Yeah.
You don't know. And so I said, well, have him contact me. And I left it at that, forgot about it. Then I remember, yesterday, I was like, they haven't hit me up. So I text that number that texted me and called me, and I said, hey, have Ray contact me. They said, oh, he's got a little bit of time available. He can squeeze you in. I said, is this a sales call? Like, what the squeeze me in? That sounds stupid. He was looking for me. So they set up a Zoom meeting at 12:30 my time.
Yeah.
7 o'clock now, so earlier. So I get a text from Ray. Hey, I'm getting on the Zoom right now. Okay. I get on, and he says, he's sitting there in his chair just like his show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, how can I help you? What do you mean? You called me. So I looked at him, I said, well, your team reached out to me, Ray, and said you wanted to talk to me. He's like, he just did that. And I'm like, okay, Ray. So I said, well, here's how that worked. Your team texted me and called me. I wasn't sure if it's real. I said, and they said you wanted to talk with me, maybe do a meeting with me. I go, I never reached out, so I don't know why. And he's all, eh? And I'm like, do you fucking know who I am? And he's like, well, I know who you are, Ron. I know who you are. And I'm like, but it wasn't like, how you're you and I'm me. I'm like the same all the time. You seem to be the same.
Yeah.
In real life, he was he was sitting in the same seat, quiet. He's like, just quiet, looking at me like this.
Yeah.
And I'm just like sitting over here like this, right here. And I'm just like, it's awkward.
Yeah.
It's like two people went on, and both of us had no idea why we were talking to each other. It was just like, how did your team set up the meeting? So I'm like, you need to fire someone. But I just told them, I just said, hey, I said, I like what you're doing. Unfortunately, I said, I could never, ever do a 12-month class. I have ADD. I got about 5 minutes in me, and then that's it.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm doing 12 months of learning. So his class is 12 months long.
Oh, I don't want to do 12 months. I'm pretty
Yeah.
bright. I know my shit. I just don't know how he does the 19 or is it 18 different divisions.
all the division, everything that he does stuff on, I get it. There's other people that teach in his image I found online that you could tell they're replicas of him teaching, and they took his class and learned. But yeah, it's interesting, right? It's interesting. I want to believe it. It's interesting. See, you're lucky. You know what happened when I used to put my phone number on behind me? I used to get kicked off of TikTok.
Did you really?
Yeah, all the time. If I put I even put it behind me. I said, oh, so I can't type it on the screen. So watch this. I'll just put it behind me on a board.
Well, that being said, let's get rid of it.
No, that was a long time ago. That was
Yeah.
a long time ago. They must have changed.
No, that's okay, because I quit at 10 o'clock and it's 10:02, but I'll sit here and
Oh,
chat
good.
with you. But yeah, I love listening to Ray, but he says the same things over and over and over again. You can only listen to the same thing over and over again for so long.
Yeah.
This is the same
And
thing
then-
I
and
do.
well,
I do
then
the
you
same
want- That's
thing.
when you got to buy the course, right? That's when they say, well, you want to know more, you got to buy the course. Oh, it's only 20 grand.
All right, hold on a second. You got a couple people saying hi to you. Eagle18 saying hi. And Chicky over here saying, I was wondering if he was real, if he was AI. Nope, that's the
Yeah,
real
I'll
one,
say
right or
that.
wrong.
Everyone. Even when I call them, they go, he sounds AI. I go, what's up with my voice? Now, if I was doing this, like, then maybe.
That reminds
Right.
me of Max Headroom from the 1980s. I don't know if you remember him.
I'd have to look. I was born in the 1980s, early
Ah,
80s,
shit,
81.
dude, you're still a young. Why do you have all that gray hair if you were born in the 80s?
Who knows? I was born in 81. I turned 41. Shit just started. I mean, 45. I'm 45. Yeah, I'm 45. And this shit just happened. Now, I didn't grow a beard before. It didn't happen. And then next thing, I lost my hair. And then I grew a beard.
Okay. Adam says he knows Max Headroom. All right. Anyway,
I
yeah,
got
I
it.
got nine cameras going on at the same time. I'm streaming on 13 different platforms at once.
I got to do that. That's what DW does, Derek.
Derek Whitehead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does
I
that.
keep getting spam from someone pretending to be
All the
him.
fake ones. Yeah,
But
we all do.
It's funny thing. He's asking me, do you know how to invest? Can you do this? Can you do that? And I'm thinking to myself, this guy has no freaking clue who he's talking to. You know,
No, I get the same thing. And I'm like, bro, it's me. But it's not him.
Yeah.
It's just either automated or there's like a whole bunch of there's pretend me's, and I'm pretty sure TikTok pretend you's maybe.
oh, there's
right?
37 last count.
Yeah, see, and you know what? I was upset the first time it happened. I called my tax guy. And I'm like, what the crap, dude? I'm on TikTok. There's all these pretend me's out there. He goes, that's flattering. He goes,
It
you
is.
made it to the next level.
Yeah.
He goes, don't be upset about it. I go, but what if they scam someone in my name? You know? But then he goes, they'll figure it out. You know, they try to say something. It'll get figured out that it wasn't you.
Yep.
I said, oh.
I say that every night. If you think you're having a conversation with me via chat, via text, via Instagram, via Western Union, it's not me. I do it the old-fashioned way. Pick up the damn phone and call me. So anyway, I need to get in touch with you to pick up one of those. What do you call those? I gotta have you walk me through how to get that money for that corporation I already own.
Oh, yeah. You know, I love talking about it. Oh, Max Headroom.
So now you know who Max Headroom is.
We come to a special moment on Network 23. That is the most pointless and extravagant television award. This, of course, is and interrupting your breakfast.
Yeah.
Cool
Yeah,
morning
John, I've
class.
seen that problem before. Everybody asks me about crypto, and I just don't do it.
Crypto?
Yeah. Well, no, someone was asking me about crypto because they said someone who was trying to scam him, pretending to be me, was asking him about crypto.
Yeah, and that's what happens too. All my pretend me's want to do crypto. They try to get people to do that. It's and number one, guys. Just if you're all hearing this, let me teach you about a crypto scam out there, right? That's been going around forever, and everyone who hears about it. You know, I have friends that'll hear me talk about it because I did very well in it in the past. I got away from it because I'm over it now. But I don't talk about it. I don't teach it because it's so scammy, right? What happens is you talk to someone about it in a legit way. A real way means you're not making money today, right? Real investing, you don't make money. You don't double and triple your money. Well, everyone will think they're a pro when someone on TikTok or YouTube or somewhere, what they do is they contact you as a legit source to say, hey, you can make 10 times your money in 1 week. Oh, and they give up these hedge fund names and these things and these things and these words that you don't know. And you go, well, that kind of sounds right. No, stupid people believe stupid things, so don't be stupid. Just don't believe it. And what happens is they get you to log in to a platform and it looks real. It looks just like behind you right there. It looks just like that. And what happens is you put $1,000 in or whatever they hustled you for, and they say, well, you can't touch it for 10 days, but after that, you get it. And they say, and then you start watching and you never question them because the next day it went up to 3,000. The next day it showed on the platform you're at 10,000. The next day your $1,000 is at $15,000. And then the 10th day you wanna pull the money out, they got a fee for you. There's no fee pulling your money out of stocks or crypto. Not that they take from you up front. If there is a fee, it comes out of the transaction, out of the trade. Well, they say, oh, it's 10%. To take that out, it's locked because of Jesus Christ or whatever they bring up weird things. They make up things. It's, oh, my friend, it's locked because of this. And then next thing you pay that 10% fee, and then they bring them another thing, and then they give you some. They say, oh, we can take some. They give you 300 out of the 1,000, or they give you 800 out of the 1,000, and say, oh, but let's put it in. They get you to keep it in, and then you go, well, I got to pull some out, but never your 1,000, and that's the con. Well, I pulled some out, and they go, oh, you want to put more in? Well, of course you do. You saw 1,000 turn into 15,000. So you put more in. You put your whole paycheck, and then when you try to pull later, it's impossible. It's fake.
Yep.
The whole platform was fake. And it happens to everyone. They all think they're geniuses. No. Guys, it takes me 4 years to make $1 in crypto. I do a 4-year plan. Every 4 years, I make a lot of dollars. I don't make it in 1 day. It ain't day trading. No. And I don't even want to teach you about stocks. I'm sure you're learning here. You guys are buying high and selling low. You guys are FOMOing. You guys are scared when it starts dropping. You're supposed to stay long enough for it to go up. It'll go up unless it's going bankrupt. But dude, anything that goes up and down, and if it doesn't go up that fast, leave it. It'll go up one day. You just got to hold your breath. And that's what I do. I have the ability, like a billionaire. I think, like, in my mind, when I start trading in stocks or crypto, I go billionaire mindset. Leave the money forever. Don't care if it goes down. Don't care if it goes. That's me, right?
Yeah.
Because I put my money in safe bets that will go up over time, right? And I'm not looking for the big pump. Not at all. I mean, when my first trade was I got Tesla because that's all I knew. Oh, I like Tesla, right? I live in California. I got Tesla years ago. Well, shit. After I bought it, I said I'm gonna hold it. A month later, it did this thing called splitting. So I learned what splitting was.
But hold on a second, Ron. Hold on. His name is Underwriter Ron. He helps people get money. Ron, can you tell me what you do? Someone is asking.
So what I do, I'm an ex-business loan underwriter, and all these gurus online that talk about getting business funding, they talk about it the wrong way and lie, and we stamp denied every time. We know all their names because you guys cry their names when we're denying you. But I listen to, shut up. So we deny you. What I do is I teach you guys how to get a one-up in the system. The bank needs your credit. I don't care what anyone says, so I show you how to fix it. I show you who to use to fix it. I don't fix credit, so I'm not asking you for money. The bank needs to see a 2-year-old business. I can show you how to go buy a blank baby, very inexpensive 2-year-old business that's not doing nothing. Now you're old enough to ask, like adopting an 18-year-old. And then I add aged credit to your aged business. Now when you go to the bank, you just sped up the process. You fixed your credit because you can't go to the bank with shitty credit. You bought an aged business, you enhanced the business credit. These 3 things get you giant credit cards. And then more advanced, 3 more things you can buy with the credit card, get you loans and lines of credit. And it's a really fast process other than typically your credit. Most people's credit takes time.
Yeah, I got that issue with too many inquiries on mine.
You know, you can call Experian. I did it live just for fun. And I'm not a credit person, guys. I'm a business credit person. Watch this. I went live, and I bought a truck. I got 9 inquiries on my Experian, so I called Experian. Never done it before, just heard of it.
Yeah.
I called Experian over the phone, just got online, got their fucking number, called them. I got through the first person. They said, hey, what's wrong? I said, I did not authorize these pulls. Now, these pulls weren't a cash or anything because it was a business vehicle. So business vehicle shows up on business credit report. My personal credit report had nothing they were attached to. So, man, they couldn't be real. If they're attached to something on that report, well, you don't want to claim the inquiry as fraud, or they might take the card away thinking they gave it as fraud, right?
Okay.
So if it's attached to if you have an open credit card that's attached to that one inquiry, don't touch that inquiry. Touch all the other ones that are not attached to anything. right? Or if they're attached to old loans, you're not losing a loan or a car. But a credit card.
What is the exact wording you use when you do that? When you call
So
them?
here's the words. I did not authorize these.
I
did
usually
not authorize
I usually say this does not match my personal records.
And that's fine too. Same thing. I don't know where these came from, basically. And then they go, well, now when they ask me, I never like saying the fraud word, right? Because I don't want to bullshit.
Yeah.
Now when they ask me, so you're saying they're fraud? I go, yeah, I'm saying they're not supposed to be there. Now, did I use the word?
No,
fraud,
you didn't.
Or just talking?
Yeah.
Right. So I don't want to say that because then I'm a liar because I did make those happen. Right.
Yeah.
So I just say I didn't authorize them. So they put me on hold for 10 minutes, send me over to the fraud department. They go, hey, how can I help you? Oh, well, I have these credit pulls. I don't know where they came from. And I don't want them there because it's hurting my ability to get funded right now. And they go, well, so you're saying they're not yours? Well, and because I bought a truck, they knew that there was a type of credit pulls because it said Ford, it said this bank, that bank. They said, well, these are the type of pulls that would come with getting a vehicle. I said, do I have a vehicle attached to them? They go, well, no. And I said, well, I don't want them there. I said, I'm either going to call you guys and ask you guys to help me, or I'm just going to go send out the letters to you guys and have them deleted, or go to the FCRA, go to your daddy and have them ask you. Because you have the people above the bureaus, right? And then that control the daddy. And I say, I'm either going to go there or there. And then you don't have to say all that, but I did because they don't act like they're going to take them off at all when you're talking to them. And then the lady said, well, we're going to email you our findings, our decisions within 24 hours.
Yeah.
10 minutes later, deleted. And I also had them delete name variations and addresses that were old.
All right. I'm going to have to check into that tomorrow.
Yeah, so because a lot of times you have your creditor wrote a different initial. Spelled your name wrong, and it's all over your credit report. So I wiped those out, and then I also, now when you wipe out an old address that you don't live at anymore, I messed up while I was on that call. I said, hey, that address I don't live at. They go, but did you live there? I said, a long time ago. I don't want it there anymore. Oh, it has to stay there. And I said, well, this other address I didn't live at. I don't know what that is. Yes, I did, but I told them the second one I didn't. They wiped it off. So I learned that day you can't say that you have lived there. I thought it had to be that. My idea was the address on your driver's license is the right address. But they're like, oh, wait, you did live there legitimately? I messed that one up. But does it help your credit when you do that? No. What it does, let's say you have a negative.
Yeah.
And the lenders in the past used different, I'm Ronnie C. Aldana. What if they put Ronnie G? Because that's how they heard it, right?
Yeah.
And that happens. Now, if they gave me a credit card or a loan or a car and I defaulted, right? And now when you go to fix your credit, first you wipe off the name variations and the address variations, because what if they funded you at that address and that address doesn't exist on your credit report anymore? When you dispute that line, the investigation is it tied to anything on his credit report? Well, that's Ronnie G they lent to at that address. Well, he doesn't have that address on his credit report and his name isn't Ronnie G. Oh, they must have messed up and put it on the wrong thing, and they have to wipe it off because they don't have the right data. And that's why I know a lot about credit. I don't fix credit, but I know a lot because I'm in my industry.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I have all 3 credit report phone numbers in my phone. I've been working on my credit for years, and it's like, all right, just give these people a call. They suck when you get them on the phone. It's like, yeah, come on, man, I didn't authorize that. Get rid of that damn thing. Oh, sorry, we can't do that.
You can do this. There's a company that a buddy of mine in Miami, he's a big company that owns a company that created for the be able to wipe out inquiries. It's an AI system. Now, it's not meant for you or me, but any of us can access it. It's meant for a real credit repair company to wipe out, that wants to wipe inquiries out using their system and marking it up, white labeling it. So they tell their clients, hey, it's $45 an inquiry. And they'll get taken off within the month. It's $45, but it's really only $20.
Okay.
And so the main company gets $20, and whatever they charge over goes to the company who sold it. But if you go to a web page called Inquiry Removals with an S, removals with an S, dot. You're not supposed to say dot anything on TikTok, but Inquiry Removals with an S.
Okay.
What it is, it's a platform that allows you type in your debit card or credit card, right? It's not charging anything up front.
Yeah.
They charge you like $17 or $20 when it randomly takes off an inquiry on its own. It's an AI system. Will do it within a month.
I like
That's like
that.
17 to 20 bucks. And it
I'll
only
pay
charges
17
you
bucks to get them removed.
when it happens. So when their system catches, when it checks your credit on
Yeah.
their credit monitoring,
Yeah.
when it catches that it took off an inquiry, it charges your card.
Okay.
And then when it takes off another one, it charges your card, but it only charges your card when it takes one off. So
I'm for that. I'm gonna check that thing out.
let me type it in here, make sure I'm doing it right. Make sure I'm sending you, because I know other people have sent me different ones. But this company got me a lot of funding years ago. They're a funding company that created this. make sure I
Inquiry
did it right.
remove. Is it
I
inquiry removes or inquiry removal?
Removals. I think. Let me
Removals.
type it in here. All I got to do is see the site. I can tell if I got it right. Quirre. Let's see if this one's right.
All right, Ron, while you're doing that, I got to talk to the other people. So for the rest of you guys, I'm going to sit here and talk to Ron for a while. But if you want to hang out, great. But other than that, we're not going to look at any more stocks for tonight because I'm basically done. Okay, but if you want to hang out and listen to what Ron has to say, he got some nice shit he's talking about. And for you down here, overweight spider, all right, you don't have anything down here for me to look at. But all right, hang out.
That's what it looks like. That's their page.
Oh, removers. Oh.
Yeah, so that's what it is. Let's see. Remove up to 30 hard inquiries in 30 days for 197 bucks. You see that? 30 of them for one. That's nothing.
Yeah, go back to the title again. I write slow. Inquiry. Removers. Freaking love it, dude. Love that. Love that, man. That'll
Just
take
say no monthly charges, no nothing. Flat fee to do a lot, so that's that. But I'm pretty sure they still have the other way. It's been a minute since I used them, but let's see. Let's click the button. I'm gonna go through the system. Let me see. Oh, you gotta type in a link.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that.
Yeah. No, that's
this
okay
guy's genius.
because my moderator put it in there for me. Sweet,
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sweet Den. He comes here every night and he gets rid of the turds and the trolls.
Yeah, I've got some cool moderators after some time of making friends on TikTok. They just become my moderators. Like the ones that follow me and love me, I make them my moderators. They're on all the time. They just block
Yep,
people.
I have a few of those. I need to get them for YouTube and the other channels too. That's horrible, dude. Don't. That's weird shit.
Jack Black.
Oh, it's Jack Black. Okay.
Want to know? Okay, so I do things in my image. So yesterday I got on the live and the person had all this clapping behind them, right?
Yeah.
Like an audience. And I'm like, and it got me going. I want to have clapping or something behind me, and I didn't want to ask them how they did it or if they had some kind of thing. And I went, you know what? How would Ronnie do it? So I just Googled soundboard.
Hold on.
Jack Black
I
soundboard.
actually have a soundboard that does that. I have no idea how to hook it up.
That's why I just Googled the person's name.
Yeah.
I put Jack Black soundboard, Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboard, Judge Judy soundboard, right? Any one of them.
You want to hear something funny? You ever seen Samuel L. Jackson reading what do you call it? The Night Before Christmas?
Oh, I've heard some of these. I'd have to
That's
I
funny
heard
as shit. I'm
that.
watching Samuel L. Jackson reading The Night Before Christmas.
It's the night before Christmas, motherfucker. Is that what he says?
Yep, something like that. Do you remember there used to be an app where you could change the voice on your navigator on your phone on your car?
Yeah.
So I would love to get like Samuel L. Jackson or Bill Burr. You know Bill Burr?
Oh yeah, one of my favorite guys to watch.
He's one of my
I think
favorite comedians. Yeah, I like to get one of those guys. Just to change their not the genre, the order that they give out on my navigager. Turn around, you dumb fucking
you ever
shit.
watch Bill Burr's his cartoon that he had?
I watched the whole series.
It's so good. I mean, F is for family, right?
F is
That
for
one?
family, exactly.
And I love the intro. You see what happens. He loses his hair. He does that. I'm like, man, he looks like me, but I bought my hair last year, so I got hair now. I went to Tijuana, Mexico.
Mine's still real. I'm in my 60s.
Mine's still real. It came from the sides, and they put it up here, and it grew. So it's still real. They just replanted it. They said, we're going to move the plants from here to here.
Really?
So,
I'm not at that point yet. It is receding.
Yeah,
but
I got I got sick of using all this stuff, right? I'm not a promotional video, but no bullshit. I got sick of it, right? I got stabbing your head made me cry. I'm all tearing up. I'm stabbing my head with these needle things. I'm like, that sucks, and it didn't seem like it worked. Putting creams and shit, greasing up your head, it's like a placebo. Taking pills and creams and this, oh my, man, it was cheaper just to go freaking pay someone in Mexico. I went to a beautiful facility that was on this side. They picked me up in San Diego, drove me right across the border, put me up in a hotel for 3 days.
Really?
Connected to the hotel was a 29th floor, beautiful medical facility. I was on the 29th floor, and I had this cool suite that I got to stay in while they got to do it, and a giant window view of shitty city, and it was cool. The getting to this point was, and my birthday was in May, so it was a birthday present in November, knowing by May I would have hair.
it's me.
And that was
LT, wait. LT wants to know who the doctor is in Mexico that did it for you.
Oh, Kevorkian. Yeah. No,
I bet you most people don't even know who the hell that is.
They wouldn't, right? So here's where we're at. I use a company. It's got a creative name, Hair Fix. Hair Fix Tijuana. That's who I used.
Hair Fix Tijuana yet, but maybe another 10 or 20 years I might. Who
Well,
knows?
check this out. Where does the internet tell us to go? To Turkey?
Really?
Yeah, that's where the internet says. It says Turkey. That's where the best are. And guys, you know what? In Mexico, the Turkish doctors are there.
How long was the process? Spend a buck
So
once.
that was fun.
How long was the process?
So I was there for a couple days, and it was about 6 hours, 7 hours a day,
Yeah.
right? So what they did was, the first day, they shaved my hair. It looked like Jason Statham. I got pictures, videos of it. So they shaved my hair completely because my hair was so gray. They had to dye my follicles. They had to dye my head because they said we can't see the grays when we're pulling them out because I have so many on the side.
Yeah.
Right? So that's where they pull them out from. And it took about 6 hours, 7 hours a day. And I didn't realize the time. And I'm ADD. I can't stand still. They gave me some pill that looked like a candy bar. They call them the Xanax. And I didn't fall asleep. I don't think. Maybe I did, but all I know is I blinked and it was over that day. And then the next day, I went in. They gave me another one. My body obviously absorbed the other one and said one new one ain't going to do shit. So, and I don't take pills. I don't take Vicodin or nothing. I don't take vitamins. I don't take shit. They gave me another one. Said, you want another one? I said, yeah, so I can speed up the time.
Yeah.
The time went by fast, but I was awake. And usually it would be a nightmare, being like, oh my God, when is it going to be done? I need to walk around. But they numb your head up, which sucks a little bit. And then using the machine when they drill out, they have to drill them out somehow. That goes around the follicle and pulls them out, right? Pulls out the whole thing. And then they got to punch holes everywhere, and they got to plug them in, push your hair follicles in to the holes. So now none of that you feel because they've already Novocained you. However,
Okay.
the thing that sucked was a couple days later. Now I got pictures of the next day I was swollen here. The next day I was swollen here, and the next day I was swollen here because it dropped.
Yeah.
And then you can't sleep laying down on your head. You can't sleep normal. You have to wear a neck brace and sit up a little because if your head gets stuck to your pillow and you pull away, your hair follicles could fall out. Pull out with it. It was just done. You're still bleedy and stuff. You got a tampon on your head that's all red in the back and the top. So who wants to go to another country? You're already embarrassed that your head's this is why we why we do our hair. We feel some type of way. Mm-hmm. We're like, oh man, I can't comb my hair anymore. I can't go swim anymore. I feel dumb. I feel dumb. I'm pouring powder and shit and all this bullshit. It was embarrassing. So I said, you know what, Ron, you got fucking money. And you know what? There's nothing. The IRS could take everything away from me. I could house, but because I got hair, that only makes me happy. You could take my Maseratis. You could take my trucks. You could take everything I have. The things that make me happy are the way I fucking look because I'm vain. So I'm vain. I can't help it, guys. You got issues.
Hey, I hear you're preaching to the choir, brother. I'm vain as hell. I can't walk past a mirror without looking at it and winking.
Right, Jean-Claude Van Damme, I'm fine. But man,
hey, I don't look that bad for 62.
Right? Yeah, I'm gonna look a lot like you at 62. I'm 45, and I'm still, in the same build as you, basically.
Yeah.
Decent build. I could work out a little bit more, but I stopped when I did my hair. I stopped taking testosterone and HGH,
Okay.
so
All
I
right. So
shrunk. I don't
let's
get, I
let's
don't,
get
I don't
back
get
to
fat.
Ray for a second. What was the outcome with Ray Reynolds?
Dude, it was confusing. There was no outcome. We got to no conclusions or no anything. What we did, we end up kind of like doing what you and I are doing for a second, but it was shitty. It was fun talking to you. It wasn't fun talking to Ray because it was already it put me off the second he asked me, "How can I help you?" You called me. Your team told me that you wanted to talk to me and do videos or something. I'm just calling saying, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah. Okay.
And I said, so it was confusing. So he sat back like this at his chair, and I sat back at mine, and we were quiet for a minute, and he would say some little things. And I was hoping he would be Ray.
Yeah.
Right? I was hoping he'd be Ray. He wasn't Ray. I wanted Ray. I wanted the guy I see, because when people talk to me, they get underwriter Ron. They still get the same guy when I'm Ron. The same fucking excited, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get this, that. And they're like, fuck, you're the same guy. Ray, he was quiet. He stayed, but also he might have been gauging me because he knows who I am. He tells on his live, he'll say, I like underwriter Ron. I just don't like the credit stuff or the whatever. I get it. He's Ray. He got in trouble for credit stuff a long time ago, right? So, he runs from it because he's petrified of it. I get it. But yeah, the conversation, he's not a bad guy or anything. He's still Ray, but we got nowhere, and I just ended the conversation because I didn't even know why I was there. It was pointless.
Well, I want to join, but I don't want to do a whole year. I want you to tell me what I got to do. Show me what I got to do. Get from point A to point B. I already have the corporation. Corporation's been there for a while. How do you do the 18 different?
Yeah, all the divisions and
all
stuff.
the divisions in it. How do you get a checking account for all the divisions? What does the paperwork actually look like? How do you file all that stuff? That stuff I'm clueless on.
Yeah, I know there's got to be more than Ray out there. Right?
There's got to be.
help. But that's the hard part is, like, where do you find a Ray? Where do you find someone with the knowledge that knows how to put, not just say, hey, set up an LLC or an incorporation, but one that says why to set one up and how to set another one up underneath it and how to protect it.
Well, see, that part, I understood the part, the holding company holds everything but doesn't own anything. That way you're safe from anything being sold. And if you get sued, well, fine, just close that division and open up a fucking other one. That part's easy. But what does the paperwork actually look like? Where do you get that? And then I don't know how to create a division. I could probably figure it out if I did a little bit of research on it. But, I have a master corporation that owns all my intellectual property, and then I don't have to pay taxes on that because I don't make any money because, do you remember the old saying, well, it wasn't an old saying, it was a new one, own nothing and control everything?
You know how many cars I own? I drive 7. I own none. You know how many credit cards that I use personally? I use my business credit cards. My personal ones I use just to keep the balances low, so I have an 800-something score.
Yep.
The businesses I put the weight on, right? All the weight on the businesses, but I manage them, right? And someone asked me the other day, like, are you allowed to do that? Who told you you can't? Now, when you shouldn't do that, when you shouldn't go pay your personal shit with a credit card when you got a partner.
Yeah.
Guess what? My partner is me. I'm not going to get mad at me. Hey, you're over here spending on personal stuff, and I got to... it's me. So I don't, my tax guy has never told me don't do that. And he's a master tax guy.
Wait. Did you say tax guy? You actually pay taxes?
Yeah, I wish I knew how not to.
Oh, dude, it's so easy.
Yeah, let's hang out after this because you know what? I'm hit for $500,000 right now.
No fucking way, really? If you have, all right, look at that. All right, you already have a corporation. If you have a corporation in a state where there's no state corporate taxes, you don't have to pay taxes.
I live in California.
Yeah, I know, but you can have a corporation that owns all the intellectual property, let's say Wyoming. So,
oh yeah, I get Wyoming, and they mask the ownership information in Wyoming where no one knows who owns the company.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I buy my companies from Wyoming.
But if the corporation in Wyoming owns all the intellectual property, the IP, and then all the corporation in California has to pay the corporation in Wyoming a user fee for using your name and your likeness, and let's say you made a $5 million profit this year. Well, great. To use your likeness in your intellectual property, you got to pay $5 million to the corporation in Wyoming. And guess what? You have zero income in California and $5 million income in Wyoming where there's no taxes.
So but what if California knows that I live in California and I'm talking and making money in California?
Well, see, you can live anywhere you want and own corporations in other states. I have a corporation in Delaware because there's no taxes in the state of Delaware.
You know what happens if someone wants to sue that corporation?
They can find out who owns it.
Delaware.
Yeah, I know. Delaware has that, after about a year or two, they have to divulge who owns it. But Wyoming doesn't. But if I move to Wyoming, well, now the Wyoming company's only 1 year old, not even a couple of weeks old. So I have to go through that whole thing over again. So how do I get it?
I buy a 2, 3, 4 year old Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico. They're built the same way.
Now, the Wyoming one, I'd be interested in one of those because then I can put all my intellectual property over to Wyoming and people want to know, well, where the hell all your money goes? I don't have any fucking money because I owe it all to this corporation in Wyoming. And then the Wyoming corporation owns everything.
Direct message me after this. We'll talk tomorrow.
Sounds like a great idea. All right, now you're in California, so you're a little bit behind because it's 10:30 here at night, and I'm usually done at 10.
Yeah, don't do Wyoming, whatever.
But I'm pretty sure I have your phone number somewhere.
Oh yeah, or just if you don't have it, direct message me. If you do, text me. It doesn't matter. Send me a DM or a text. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm tired. Number one, my girlfriend just showed up. But hey, I love seeing you on here. You're the cool fucking guy. Just out
every
there.
night, dude. I'm on every night for 2.5 hours. I don't do Friday nights and I don't do Saturday nights anymore. But when I first started, 7 days a week, 3 hours a night, every single night for a whole year.
That's insane. I've been trying to do. I started that, and I just gave up weekends recently too. I said, "Oh man, I need to take these weekends off."
Yep,
right? But it's fucking cool.
Yeah, my girlfriend put her foot down. She said, "Nope, you ain't doing Friday nights anymore. You ain't doing Saturday nights anymore." Then she put her foot down again. No more 9 o'clock. You're going on at 8. So like I'm done at 10 rather than 11.
What are you gonna do to persuade me, baby? What are you gonna do? I'm gonna be bored. What are you gonna do to keep me from being bored? All right, I gotta get out of here. It was great.
Peace out, brother. Talk to you later.
Hey, later, guys, everybody. I'm out of here.
All right, so for the rest of you guys, let's get some mood music, and we're going to be calling it a day. Where is it? There it is right there.
Here's what comes off of
All right, after that is done, we're going to get rid of that. And we're going to go up to... Where is it? Here it comes. There it is. There we go. You guys have a great night. We'll do this all over again tomorrow night. See you later.
Your heart set on giving, no matter the strain, building your legacy through love and brain.
Catch you guys tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next week.
The kind that lifts
The broken heart.
Retired, you say,
With a wink and a grin,
the podcast is rolling, pulling us in. Your compass is love, with your kids as your guide.